Hey everyone, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another video, and I have a special guest with me who would not leave me alone while I'm doing these videos. She just insists on being involved, so here she is.
Hi.
So anyway,
What?
What? Anyway, all right, be quiet. I got to say my thing. So anyway, this is the fourth video in my series where I'm talking about my top 50 metal albums in my collection. We're going from 20 to 11 in this one. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into this. She knows nothing about these albums. You know nothing about this stuff, right?
It's boring.
It's boring, but you still want to sit here and be on the video because you're a little ham.
I'm curious.
Okay, fine. Well, there you go. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start off. We got number 20 here. We got Dio's Holy Diver. And what can I say about this that hasn't already been said? It's an absolute cornerstone of classic 80s metal. It's got everything. It's got Dio. It's got awesome guitars, soaring melodies, awesome anthems, not much else to say. So, next album in this group, if you want to know what the Gothenburg sound is, and you only want to listen to one album, this is the one to do it. We got At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul. It's an absolutely amazing album. It's awesome front to back. And, you know, the whole thing. So, there you go. And next up, we have a total classic of thrash with some death metal elements thrown in, because this band was known for that. And that is Sepultura's Arise. And this is definitely my favorite Sepultura record, despite what happened to them later. And then moving on from that, now this is definitely not their most important or most influential album. It's just my personal favorite of theirs, because I really feel that it's a great mixture of their old new style, and I really like the result. And that, of course, is Creator's Phantom Antichrist. And it's an absolutely phenomenal record by them, and I'd recommend any thrash fan check it out, but I'm sure you all have. At this point, all these albums are going to be familiar to pretty much most of you guys out there.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. You're not kidding. Each one of these is 10, so yeah, it's a lot, each one. So anyway, the next one is Exodus, Tempo of the Damned, which is basically their comeback album with Steve Souza. And the reason this one's my favorite Exodus album is because I think it's a great mixture of their old and new styles. And I think they really nailed it on this one. After that,
you guys are going to be sitting here for a long time watching the video.
Yeah, and you know, it's the more you talk, the longer it's got to go. So I hope they don't mind. But anyway,
I'm a talker. Yeah, I'm annoying.
Well, yes, you are. So,
just trying to make the video interesting.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So anyway, the next one we're showing off is basically it's a band that made somewhat of a splash in the late 80s, early 90s, but not a big one. And of course, from the ashes of this band would rise a much greater band. But their early stuff I liked, but this, when they came back together after a long absence, I thought it was great. And that, of course, is Sanctuary's The Year the Sun Died. Unfortunately, this is Worrell's final album with him, since Worrell passed away, as we're all aware of. And Sanctuary's going to continue on with a different vocalist, the guy from Witherfall, which I think is a pretty decent fit for that. So, yeah, however you feel about that, whatever. So anyway, next one on this list, it came back way back in 1991, and I still listen to it all the time. And that is Skid Row's Slave to the Grind. I think it's definitely their best album by far. I don't think they'll ever have a hope of coming anywhere near this again. Just an absolutely fantastic album. One of the best. So, moving on. This one is probably going to be somewhat controversial for this list. because a lot of people are going to prefer this band's classic album. Or not classic album, classic era. And I really like this band's classic era. I just feel that their new era is a little bit more... It's not nearly as influential. They had all their giant influence back in the classic days, but I just, on a personal note, like their newer stuff better than that, of course, is Accept. We got Blind Rage. And yes, I love Udo. I just like the Mark albums a bit better. That's just me. Except for the last one, The Rise of Chaos. Man, not a little weak, but the first three Mark albums are absolutely incredible.
Wow,
She's
making me tired.
Yes, thanks for your commentary. So we've got second to last on this list, which would make this number 12. Yeah, number 12 is Nevermore's Dreaming Neon Black. I had a hard time picking between this and a couple of other Nevermore records, but I found myself going back to this one probably the most overall, so hence that's why I made the list. That's the only reason. Because it was, I also really love This Godless Endeavor a lot too, so it was kind of hard to pick one of those two. And finally, number 11. So last one, at least in this group of 10, is going to be Iced Earth's Burnt Offerings. I think this is Iced Earth's finest hour. It's their heaviest album by far. It's got tons of great stuff on it, and Matt Barlow sings on it. So Darcy, if you're going to start with a Matt Barlow album, start with this one. Absolutely phenomenal. So that's pretty much it. Now, you wanted to sing a little song.
Click the videos. You should really click the freaking video.
She did say freaking, by the way. Go on, keep singing. Just sing.
Click. Come on, Dad, sing with
I'm
me.
not singing.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
I don't sing on.
Click the videos. Click the freaking video, baby. Click the videos.
Yeah, there's another guy on YouTube who sings that, and it's amusing, and she thinks it's funny. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know my guests most certainly enjoyed this. As always, live long and prosper.